Hello viewers, you are watching my YouTube channel BioHub and I'm your facilitator Dr. Seema Sharma. I'm back with one more series of videos on one of your chapter, weather, climate and adaptation. Before teaching about that, I want to let you know about the weather of my place. See, it's raining and the weather is so pleasant at my place. I am enjoying this pleasant weather. So now it's time to go back to the classroom and explore about this interesting chapter. So come on students, let's learn biology. Yes students, after enjoying the pleasant weather outside, now I'm back in the classroom to take you along with me to explore about this interesting chapter of your biology part of science, weather, climate and adaptation of animals to the climate. So are you ready? Okay, I'm also ready. Let me fold my umbrella. My dear viewers of class 7, we are on one very interesting chapter, weather, climate, adaptations of animals to the climate. And this chapter is chapter number 7 in your NCERT books. Learn to explore. In that publication, it's chapter number 8. And in Living Science book, it's chapter number 9. So I have gone through the content of all these, and the content of the chapter is more or less same in 3 of these books. So on the basis of the content, we can divide this chapter basically into 3 parts. Part 1 is about weather, and in this part, we are going to know about elements of weather and weather prediction. In the second part, you will come to know about climate and the factors that make the climate of any place. Third is a very interesting part of this chapter, which is totally related to biology part, and it's about adaptation of animals to different type of climates. So this chapter is a very interesting chapter. It will help you to connect with the surrounding and different type of changes which are taking place in the surrounding. So students, we are starting the intro part of this chapter, and it's about weather. So it is part 1 of this chapter. In this video, our learning objective is to know about weather. That is, meaning of weather we are going to cover in this video. We will also come to know what are the various elements which are making the weather of a place and get an idea about how the prediction of weather it is done. So ready students? Okay, so come along, stay tuned till the end. Let's learn together. Part 1, weather. Students, weather is a very important and interesting phenomena. But before proceeding with meaning of this term weather, I want to share few interesting facts related to weather with you all. Weather, जिसको कि हम मौसम बोल रहे हैं. So this मौसम means बारिश, hailstorm, drizzling, snowfall. ये सब कुछ कहाँ हो रहा है? It is taking place in troposphere layer of the atmosphere. Second interesting fact related to weather is, in India, we have one place, it is called Dras. It's in Leh and Ladakh Union Territory, and it is the coldest place in India. And the temperature here goes up to minus 23 degrees centigrade. And this place, Dras, is the second coldest inhabitant place in the entire world. Another, Mahasandram. It's in Meghalaya, and this is the wettest place on earth. सबसे ज़्यादा बारिश होती है, वो जगह का नाम है महासंद्रम और वो है मेघालय. And initially it was Cherrapunji, which was also in Meghalaya, but अब maximum बारिश जो होती है वो महासंद्रम में होती है. On the other end, we have Phalodi in Rajasthan, which is the hottest place in India, and here the temperature goes up to 51 degrees centigrade. So these are few interesting facts which I wanted to share with my viewers related to weather. Dear viewers, you have general idea what weather because it's part of our life and it is affecting us in many ways. And that is what we have to learn in this video. Weather. Weather is actually a state of atmosphere and it describes the degree to which it's hot or cold, wet or dry, calm or stormy, clear or cloudy. Such day-to-day conditions at a particular area with respect to temperature, humidity, rainfall, speed and direction of wind is called weather of that place. Interestingly, weather may change from day to day and even from hour to hour. और ये changes day to day and hour to hour देखने के लिए monsoon season is the best season. जहां आप घर से निकलते हो ब्राइट सनी डे है एंड जब तक बस स्टॉप तक पहुंचते हो इट्स क्लाउडी एंड बस में बैठते हो इट्स रेनिंग और जब बस स्टॉप पे उतरते हो अगेन क्लाउडी क्लासरूम में पहुंचते हो इट्स अगेन रेनिंग सो weather may change from day to day, weather may change from hour to hour. So it may be sunny in the morning, but suddenly may get overcast and start raining heavily in the afternoon. So students, when you have to write the definition, you have to keep three things in mind. It is the state of the atmosphere of a place at a given time. This state includes some factors like temperature, humidity, rainfall, speed, and direction of wind. So this was about weather and its definition. Students, there is one activity number 1 in one of your books, and it's about daily weather report. If you will carry out this activity, you will realize that yes, weather changes from hour to hour. So once such daily report is shared by one of my budding explorer from Ranchi, Master Kuldeep Singh, and I'm sharing the same with you. When he started with this activity in the early morning, the weather was partly cloudy, but even then sunny. Around 11 o'clock, it started becoming cloudy and overcast was there. Around 1 o'clock, rain and thunder shower occurred. And by the evening, around 3:30, again, the weather was sunny and warm. Thanks, Kuldeep. I'm quite sure that your initiative will motivate the rest of the viewers also. So this was about weather. And up to this, what we have understood, my 7th class students, that weather is a physical phenomena. It is operating in the troposphere layer of the atmosphere and it is related to temperature, humidity, rainfall and wind. And the weather of a place, it changes from day to day and even from hour to hour. Next segment, part 2 of this video, elements of weather. वो फैक्टर जिन पे वेदर डिपेंड करता है. So students, so elements of weather are 4 and they are temperature, humidity, rainfall and wind. And we have to study about these 4 elements in little more detail. Elements are actually the factors that affect and form the weather of any place at a given time. And now you know we have 4 elements and these are temperature, humidity, rainfall and wind. Let's take up temperature first. Temperature, the degree of hotness. Temperature is the most prominent element of weather and it is measured with the help of a thermometer. So temperature is measured with a thermometer. आप बीमार पड़ते हैं, आपको थर्मामीटर लगाते हैं, आपने वो क्लिनिकल थर्मामीटर देखा है. इसके अलावा क्लास 7 में फिजिक्स में there is one chapter in which you will come to know about different type of thermometers and their uses. This picture is of a special thermometer which is used to measure atmospheric temperature, and these thermometers, they are known as maximum and minimum thermometers. So the maximum temperature of the day at a given place occurs normally in the afternoon as the earth gets heated up by the sun. दोपहर के समय बहुत ज्यादा धूप होती है, बहुत गर्मी होती है. So at that time, it's maximum temperature. Minimum temperature occurs early in the morning, around 3 to 4 a.m. So this was about temperature and its importance as one of the elements of weather. Second element of weather is humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapors or moisture present in the air. Like in monsoon time, the amount of water vapors is very high in the atmosphere. So we say it's very hot and humid weather. हवा में कितनी नमी है? It is called humidity. Why does we sweat more in high humidity? Now you know the answer. Because on humid days, the air is already saturated with water vapors. Hence, sweat evaporates more slowly. जब ह्यूमिडिटी बहुत ज्यादा है, में बहुत पसीना आता है, पसीना सूखता नहीं, बिकॉज पसीना सूखने के लिए क्या चाहिए? एयर शुड बी ड्राई, वो मॉइस्चर ले लेती है. सो अब ह्यूमिडिटी को कैसे मेजर करते हैं? ह्यूमिडिटी ज्यादा है, लो है, मॉडरेट है, ये कैसे मेजर करते हैं? Humidity is measured with the help of an instrument and it is called hygrometer. Hygrometer. And this is the photograph of hygrometer. It has reading from 0 to 100. And it's written also here, dry, normal, moderate and humid. So this arrow is right now pointing at 73. This means it's so humid. It's very humid. And student, one more thing. More is the humidity, more are the chances of rain. अगर ये बढ़ता बढ़ता 90%, 100% तक आ जाएगा and then it will rain. And this information is utilized by scientists dealing with the prediction of weather to predict कि बारिश होगी कि नहीं होगी. And now my students also know this. So this was about humidity. Here my students have learned that the amount of moisture present in the air is called as humidity. Humidity of a place can also be measured with the help of one instrument and it is called as hygrometer. So this was about second element of weather, humidity. Now let's explore about third element of weather, which is wind. जो हमारी अर्थ के अराउंड फर्स्ट लेयर ऑफ एटमॉस्फेयर है, उसमें एयर का जो मूवमेंट है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज विंड. ये मूवमेंट बहुत हाई हो जाएगा तो स्टॉर्म बन जाएगा, जेंटल होगा तो ब्रीज बोलेंगे. सो दिस नेचुरल मूवमेंट ऑफ एयर इज कॉल्ड विंड. One more interesting thing which I wanted to share with my students is the wind does not make a sound until it blows against an object. जो आवाज आती है ये हवा की किसी ऑब्जेक्ट से, पेड़ से, पत्तों से टकरा के गुजरने की आवाज आती है. विंड की आवाज नहीं है ये. Now let's see how wind is responsible for making the weather of any place. Winds are of different type. During summer, मैं गर्मियों की बात कर रही हूँ. During summer, the winds blow from the hot desert of Rajasthan towards Delhi, and weather of Delhi becomes very hot. So students, hot winds of Rajasthan, they are responsible for making Delhi hot because they are moving towards Delhi. During winters, when the winds blow from mountains of North India towards the northern plains, the plains become very cold. तो तब क्या होता है कि ठंडी हवाएं माउंटेन से चलती हैं प्लेन्स की तरफ और दिल्ली, हरियाणा, पंजाब, उत्तर प्रदेश इनमें सर्दी बढ़ जाती है. During the southwest monsoon period, humidity-laden winds from the Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal brings rain to India. Now, student, coming to the instrument which can be used to measure how fast the wind is blowing. The speed and direction of wind, they are measured with the help of an instrument and it is called anemometer. So this is anemometer, students. On the functioning of an anemometer can clearly understood with the help of this visual clip. See, it has an arrow-like structure. This is denoting the direction of wind, and these three flaps which are continuously rotating, They are denoting the speed of wind. So this is how an anemometer works. So this was all about third element of weather, that was wind. Now we have to explore about fourth element of weather, and it is rainfall. अब बारिश किसको अच्छी नहीं लगती है? सब बच्चों को अच्छी लगती है, मेरे स्टूडेंट्स को भी अच्छी लगती है, मुझे भी अच्छी लगती है। तो हम आज बारिश के बारे में पता करेंगे। चलो पता करते हैं मिलके कि इंडिया में बारिश क्यों होती है, कब होती है और कैसे होती है। So students, in India, rain is mainly brought about by two kinds of humidity-laden winds. Humidity-laden winds which are full of moisture or water vapors. First one is southwest monsoon, which is from April to September, and it brings heavy rainfall in almost all parts of our country. And the second humidity-laden winds are the northeast monsoon. They are from October to March and they bring relatively lighter rain. So these are the two sources of rain in our country, southwest monsoon and northeast monsoon. Now next thing, इतनी बारिश हो रही है तो अब कितनी बारिश हो रही है तो मेजर करते हैं कि कितनी, इतनी, इतनी या इतनी. So rainfall as a factor of weather, how much rain means the quantity of rain falling within a given area in a given time. So this is rainfall, means amount of rain falling in a given area in a given time. अब वो कैसे पता करेंगे हम कितना amount आया? And for that, again we have one measuring instrument, and this is called rain gauge. This plastic container in which certain readings are also there. These are in millimeter. It is rain gauge and it is used to measure the amount of rainfall at any particular place at particular time. So now my students also know that for measuring the amount of rainfall, we have one instrument and it's called rain gauge. Students, now let's see how rainfall is measured with the help of a rain gauge. This is a calibrated rain gauge. Calibration means reading, and it's in millimeter or inches. It was kept in an open field at a place for 24 hours, and it rained a few times during that duration. So, after that, level of rainwater that has got collected in the rain gauge was checked, and as you can see, it is 11 millimeters. So, students, we can say that this place has received 11 millimeters of rainfall in last 24 hours or last one day. So, this was about fourth element of weather. Here you came to know about rain. You came to know about two type of monsoons. You also came to know about the instrument which is used to measure rainfall. Last segment of this video is weather prediction. And students, you have basic idea about weather report because you have seen news readers reading weather report in different news channels, and you know they generally point toward the temperature, rainfall, wind and humidity. Predicting the weather. So how it is done? Is it like predicting the future? No, no, I don't think so. Neither my students. It is far more scientific. Predicting the weather means to be able to tell in advance what the weather of a given place is going to be. Such prediction of the weather of a place is known as weather forecast. So weather forecasts, they are made by collecting data about the current state of the atmosphere at a given place and then projecting how the atmosphere will change. And for that, every state has one weather department. Like this is a weather department of Ranchi, Jharkhand. But who collects this data and it comes under which science? Let's study about that. The branch of science that deals with weather forecasting is called meteorology. So this is branch of science which deals with weather and weather forecasting. And the scientists who study and predict weather, they are known as meteorologists. and the department is called as, in short, Met department. These meteorologists, they work on sophisticated labs where they observe the different type of changes in the weather. They analyze that pattern and they come up with forecast. And how this data is becoming available to them so continuously, it is becoming available to them with the help of weather satellites. Each country has its own weather satellite. So this was about prediction of weather. So students, next question is how to read a weather forecast. Now we are through with the meaning of weather, its four elements, and how prediction of weather is done. So this means we can also read a weather report and we can also predict to some extent about weather, isn't it? Let's try. So students, I have selected one beautiful city of Jharkhand, that is Jamshedpur. Students, this is a weekly weather forecast of Jamshedpur. Let's take up the hour to hour changes of one day. I have selected Monday, that is 5th July 2021. So on Monday, maximum temperature will go to 33 degrees centigrade and the minimum will be 26 degrees centigrade. Temperature will be lowest in the early hours of morning around 4 o'clock. You can see with the help of this graph also. And temperature will be maximum, that is 33 degrees centigrade around 1 p.m. So this was about temperature. Next is precipitation. Precipitation means amount of rainfall. So the entire day is rainy day. The amount of rain may vary from 24% to 65%. Next is wind. So the movement of winds will be from south to north and the minimum speed of wind will be 2 km per hour to the maximum is 6 km per hour. Humidity. Humidity is 81%. Monday, that is 5th July 2021 of Jamshedpur is going to be very hot and humid. This is how reading of weather report is done, and by reading we can also confidently go for weather forecast. So now what we have learned in this video, my viewers came to know about the meaning of weather. You also came to know about the four elements of weather. And lastly, we learned together how weather prediction is done. So students, now it's self-evaluation time. I've supplemented this video also with one small worksheet which will help you to judge your understanding about this part of the chapter, and it is also helping you to prepare for your unit test or half yearly. So do attempt it, and next time I'm going to come up with next video which is on climate. So do join me in that video also, and together we will explore about climate and its effects, and we'll also find out how climate and weather are interrelated. Dear students, now it's time to wind up. I want to thank you all for supporting my channel, for watching it. And one more thing, viewers, अगर आपको content अच्छा लग रहा है, then do subscribe to it. And if you're liking the content, एक thumbs up तो बनता है. Do share this link with your fellow friends. It might be of some help to them also. So now it's time to sign out. It's a bye from your facilitator, Dr. Seema Sharma. But stay tuned to my channel and keep learning and keep exploring about biology with me on my channel, BioHub. I will be back soon. Till then, bye.